It's another day on the PPV Chevy Tahoe police pursuit vehicle. So, what we decided to do with this, if you've been following it, we're going to basically take this police vehicle that we purchased, and we all know that they've probably been abused, even though this one only had 60 some thousand miles on it, and now we're up to like 70. And of course, as you're watching these videos, the mileage will change because they're done in different times. And we're going to totally convert this thing over to AMSOIL. So what we've done already is we've done the transmission pan, dropped that, cleaned it, put AMSOIL in it, cleaned out the rear end, put AMSOIL in it. Today we went down and had brakes done at the shop. Hey, the trash guys are coming. Alright, we let them get a little further down the road. So anyway, we went and had the brakes done on it today. Had rear rotors put on and brand new rear disc brakes put on. Look at that, burnt already. So on the way home, I was smelling brakes real bad. Got home, got my thermometer out, and the front two and the rear passenger side were at like 124, and this one was at 350. So we're believing that the caliper is stuck on this one, so it goes back in tomorrow for a new caliper, and hopefully we didn't cook a rotor and destroy the brake pads because we only drove 5 miles. And that's just one of these things. That was the original drums. The mechanic that did the work on this is a friend of mine, and he said if the drums still had the springs in it, that they were the factory drums. Some type of clip. I didn't get the whole thing, but anyway, they had the original factory Chevy Tahoe rotors on it. Sorry, I said drums. And the pads were almost down to metal. Unfortunately, that has failed, but it's a mechanical item. So we are up here now, and we are going to do the power steering fluid today and change that out here at the house. So some of this I've been subbing out to the shop, some of it I've been doing here. We did do a brake flush, and we did 4 12-ounce bottles of AMSOIL .3 and 4 brake fluid. So the brake fluid system has been totally flushed. It's got new brake fluid throughout the whole system. Front brakes are brand new. The front rotors were brand new. And then now I got 2 new rotors, and obviously I'm going to put a caliper on it. So we're going to go ahead and change this power steering fluid, and then we're going to change the radiator fluid, and then do the oil. And it's already got Mobil 1 in it, so I'm not too worried about that. And at 70 some thousand miles, we're going to just drive the living piss out of this vehicle, and other than just maintenance on it, we're going to see how long this vehicle lasts, being the question of if you buy a PPV Tahoe and you change it over to AMSOIL, being my fluid of choice, and my belief system is it's the best synthetic fluid on the market, how long will it last without any unforeseen difficulties or issues? So let's go ahead and get together and get this done. What we did is we went down to the local hardware store. Sorry about that. Nosy neighbor came over and had 1,001 questions of what I was doing with my Tahoe. So I picked up 1/2 inch, 3/8, 20 feet long clear vinyl tubing, 3/8 hose barb, and 2 3/8 hose clamps. I purchased, I believe, we got 2, 4, 6, 7 bottles of AMSOIL power steering fluid. Got my 12-quart oil pan, which I know I'm not going to need the whole thing. And then we have the power steering unit here. So we're going to take the cap off. And it's right where it should be. It's not hot, it's not cold, but it's where it should be. Going to suck that fluid out and put AMSOIL power steering fluid in there. This is your low side. This is your high side. See, the high side has the crimp on it. That's where the pump is pumping the fluid into the rack. And then it comes back up this low side and this is just held on by a regular hose clamp. So I'm going to undo this, put the hose barb in this end, cap this off so none of the fluid leaks out, because you got to keep your reservoir full. And then we're going to put the truck up on jack stands, and without starting the motor, we're going to rotate the wheels left and right, and that's going to push the new fluid into the system, bring the old fluid up into this hose, which is going to come up over and into the catch pan. And when we start seeing clear fluid coming out of the drain hose, we would have successfully flushed the entire power steering system without starting the engine. This is the way I like to do it, because if you start the motor, the pump is going, and you physically, yeah, you may think you got a Superman cape on, but guess what? You are not going to outmaneuver that pump. That pump is going to pump faster than you can move, faster than you can fill, faster than you can turn the wheel, and you're going to get air bubbles and cavitation, and you got to bleed the system. And why do that when you could just do it this way? So it's kind of cool. You know, I'm out here looking, and I'm like seeing all kinds of really cool things on this vehicle. Yeah, incidentally, I did a transmission flush where I pulled off one of the tranny hoses into the radiator and thought that I could start the vehicle. This is 20 years ago on a Ford Explorer. What the hell was that? 4.6? I don't remember what it had in it. Anyway, I pulled the tranny line off the radiator, put a hose on it, put it in a bucket, and thought I could fill the transmission as fast as I could pump it out, and same idea, catch up. Oh, I had tranny fluid going everywhere. The pan went dry. It was a complete, utterly mess. So now I just take it to the shop, and I let the guys just drop the pan, clean it out, put a new filter in, put the fluid back in the pan, run it for a little bit, and you know, just keep up on the maintenance on it. I don't go through all that. But anyway, I'm yabbling here. Let me get back to going on what we're doing here. We're going to go ahead and pop this hose off and get it set up to where we're going to start draining. Well, actually, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the floor jack out and a couple of jack stands and get this thing up, because we have to rotate the steering wheel left to right. So let me go do that. There we go. We're all hooked up. Here's the high side or the low side line, hooked up to that little hose barb and a hose clamp, and I kind of just folded over a little piece of tubing and zip tied it, and that closed it. There's the power steering fluid reservoir. I got this coming around, going into my drain pan. And what I'm going to do is take my old trusty turkey baster here and suck up all this yummy stuff. Doing this until we get this reservoir empty. Nice and yummy stuff we got here. Oh. Sounds like we're almost done. Seems to, if you go to the back side of it, seems to be a little deeper back there. Tacos, anybody? So. Well, that little reservoir sure does hold a lot of fluid, doesn't it? Man, quite the many turkey basters here. Haven't taken a smell of it yet to see if it smells burnt. Getting down to the bottom here. I think maybe one more squirt. I do believe that's all we're going to get. Oh no, you don't go on the driveway. Stay there. So now I'm going to go ahead and top that off. And I'm going to go ahead and fill it up right to the top with fluid. And then in theory, as I turn the wheels to the left and to the right, that will pump the fluid into the rack. And we'll see the nasty stuff come out of here. So we got the good stuff, the AMSOIL power steering fluid. And I'm going to try and do this with one hand on the camera and one hand pouring the good stuff. Alright, so there's one bottle of AMSOIL power steering fluid in the reservoir. Now let's go put the key in and turn the wheel a couple times. So we're just going to put the key in, get that nice annoying sound, and we're going to go full turn to the left. Oh, this is too cool. Let me come out here. So I was watching it. Here it comes. Oop, let me give it a couple more squirts. That was kind of cool. I wonder if I can get that out here. See if you guys can see that. That puts the wheel all the way over to the left. Go back the other way. Just turn the wheel key all the way so I have to listen to it. See it come back around here. Oh! Sorry, dropped the phone. See how fun this is doing it by yourself? Now we're coming up on full turn to the right. And come back full turn to the left. Pause here, come around, still getting some of that icky color nasty fluid coming out. Reservoir looks a little low. We put another bottle in there. That was 2 in there. We'll put a third one in. Alright, got the reservoir full right to the top. Go back to the Tahoe, finishing up on my rotation of the wheel all the way to the left. Full stop, and we're going to go back full rotation all the way to the right. Let's see what we got going on up front here. Some more of the good stuff in there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, a little too much. And go back, give it a couple more cranks on the wheel. This is super easy. And come back the other way. I forgot how many turns that is, but look at that. Look at that color. That is like a golden brown color right there. What I put in? I put in 3. You know what? I'm going to go one more just for safe measure. It's looking pretty good. Let me put the 4th one in. Alright, so we're full to the top again on power steering fluid. This is bottle number 4. And give her a couple more cranks here. Let's see what we got going on up there. I'm going to call it quits right there. That seems to be the color of the AMSOIL. I don't know what our fluid reservoir is saying. Let's check the fill cap. It's easier to fill than it is to suck out. Alright, so we got to fill it. I'm good there. Alright, let me undo these hoses, put them back to where they were, and we're going to top her off. Alright, so we topped off the fill, right where it says fill cold. And on the other side there's a fill hot side. I don't know if you can see that or not. So it's right where it's supposed to be. It's full at cold. Everything's back together. Got the clamp on it. Got the hose back on. And got all the nasties down here. So I'm going to go ahead, and you know what I'm going to do? Since it's up in the air, let's go ahead and start it. And do it by automatic. Got no leaks. So now, just in case I might have had an air bubble or two, I got a little bit of drippage from when I took the hose off. That's no big deal. I can clean that up. So now we're going to go full turn left and hold it. Full turn right and hold it. And full turn left. Hold it. Full turn right. Hold it. Straighten her out. There she is. Got about a half hour in the job. Nice and quiet. That's the power steering unit flush on a PPV Tahoe. Now, let me go find a nasty bucket I could put this in and show you what it looked like. Alright, so I went and grabbed the Tupperware dish out of the kitchen. I grabbed the ugliest one because I'm going to throw it away, and that way my wife won't go nuts on me. So, again, why did we do this? So, like I said, we're going to just change everything in this vehicle to AMSOIL and just drive the snot out of it and see if anything fails. Power steering fluid, so I changed it because it was unknown how long it's been in there. I'm going to say since the factory. I don't know if it was burnt. You can lose seals, you can lose, there's all kinds of stuff inside. There's a great video on power steering rack and assembly and disassembly of what's inside them. So this fluid's going to hopefully protect all that stuff. Plus this one has a power steering cooler on it, I believe. Nah, maybe it doesn't. No, this one doesn't. I don't know if the police does. I know it's got an oil cooler, transmission cooler. It's got all kinds of crap on it. But mainly just to start fresh and rejuvenate those seals. So I'm going to dump what I can in this container and show you how nasty it is. So hang on a second. So here it is. This is what came out of that power steering unit. That looks good, doesn't it? Yummy. Not the clear color of the stuff that went in. Easy job. You can do it at your house. And this is what we picked up. We picked up 4 bottles of the AMSOIL power steering fluid over at the guys from trustedoil.com. Love those guys. They're absolutely amazing group of people to work with. We did sign up as a preferred customer. So now we're ordering through ourselves and saving some money. Works good. Anyway, highly recommend it. Easy job to do. Thanks for watching. And now it's one more thing done on the PPV, Police Pursuit Vehicle Tahoe. What we got left, antifreeze. That's going to go to the AMSOIL. And blah, 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 blah. Hang on, let me think. I got to think. Tranny's done, rear end's done, brake fluid's done, power steering fluid's done. Changed the air filter. AMSOIL don't make air filters no more, so we went with Wicks. I'm gonna do the antifreeze, and then I got the oil. And this thing's been totally converted over to AMSOIL. And then we'll see how long this bad boy lasts once I get a new caliper on there. But hey, it is what it is. It's a mechanical problem. No big deal. We can fix it. Thanks for watching, guys. Give us a thumbs up and let us know if you have any other questions. Have a wonderful day.